All right, hello everybody.
In there.
Welcome to Tales of Berseria.
Welcome to Tales of Berseria. I'm going to do some very brief backtracking.
Yeah.
Because we kind of sprinted through here to get to the save point.
Oh yeah.
And I just want to go check the previous room. I didn't even look if all the chests were gotten. I didn't look for the nickels.
I think those might just respawn. Although it is also entirely possible we skip.
I think it's time-based respawn.
Yeah. And it clearly looks at system time because the boat is always back.
That's a good point. Both that's true, and also that I forgot to check the boat.
We've lost the optimal boat.
Hi.
However, shall we recover from loss of the optimal boat? It won't fix itself between recordings or anything.
Not bad. You too.
Boat.
A new run.
Oh yeah, we got
Okay. Yeah.
2 to go, I guess. Yeah.
Actually, I wonder. God, we have so many more islands to do.
Is that 1 skill per island, really?
Show 'em how I free
So I found out we got area info. One of these special items unlocks the skill. I guess it's the first one.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. It looks like a
So
skill.
that's how the
it looks like
skills
it could
are
be a
unlocked.
skill icon. So the fact that we're doing everything means we get all the skills. And
Yes.
since there's seemingly 1 skill per zone, that's how many zones we have. Okay.
That is my understanding. There's 1 skill per zone.
Also, boat fixed itself
I'm extra good at beating up the weak ones.
by having Eisen reduce the boat time by 5 minutes.
That is true. This area is weird because everything is either weak to just non-typed attacks or resistant to non-typed attacks.
I'll cut down anyone in my way.
Just a funny circumstance. So I did want to.
Right.
That
I
was
had.
cool.
If we need it, I can go grab my. Actually, I will go grab it.
So spooky ghost, suit of armor. The spooky ghost and the suit of armor we don't have the drops for.
Right. So this is the first time, I think, that I could mention that I have actually been playing Tales of Arise now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
It's something I was saving, but I watched Wine Sauce or someone LP it back when it released.
Oh, okay.
So I'm familiar with the beginning of the game, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, it's quite the setting.
I like it.
By beginning, do you just mean like first zone, or
First 5 hours.
so maybe you're in the second zone at that point? Yeah, you might be in the second zone at 5 hours. So you might have a maximum of 3 party members. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that about does it.
First 2 party members are good so far.
We can do this.
The typical amnesiac story, and a very interesting dynamic going on, because it's like, oh, we don't know, you don't know who you are, so we don't know who you are, but we can probably guess who you are.
Let's go.
Not specifically as a person, but like they've got the whole they've got the whole dynamic going of two worlds, one conquers the other, and just setting the stage for anyone who doesn't know Tales of Arise. And so, you know, understandably, the Conquer people don't like the Conquerors all that much.
I'm not a fan of long, scary things.
And so, you know, you got first two party members are one person from the Conquerors. I don't know, they all look human, so, you know, Conqueror's planet, you could say. And the other one, well, he's got a mask on that he can't take off, so we don't know. We don't know who he could be. But, you know, I don't think it's a spoiler. It hasn't been revealed to me yet, so this is actually speculation on my part as well. But, you know, it's a pretty common thing for him to be like, oh, he's actually also from the Conqueror's world. But amnesia. But he has the perspective of the Conquered. That's what I'm thinking is happening. We'll get that reveal at some point.
Come on, really?
I am at the part in the game where you actually get the armor that the guy, the main character on the box art has.
I'll finish this now.
It actually happens a lot later in the game than you'd think. You'd think that would happen pretty early on, but I already have 4 party members. Or rather, it took me until 4 party members.
They were nothing.
Ew.
But yeah, combat, I now understand this combat a little bit better because it's like the same system, almost.
Yeah. Well, it had its advanced as of Arise, but it's the more modern Tales format.
Yeah,
combat.
well, it still uses the orbs for how many attacks you can make. That's what I mean. Oh, they're circles in that game. They're diamonds here, but it doesn't have a system of gaining and losing orbs, pips, whatever you want to call them, souls here. But you just have an amount of them, and that number goes up. However, you're more limited in what, at least at the moment I am, more limited in what arts I can use. I'm limited to 6. 3 grounded, 3 aerial.
Okay.
But there are arts that are like Velvet's Claw.
Like
So-
Link arts.
Yeah, Link arts specifically that cost HP.
Okay.
Yeah, you use an art, but you hold the art button, and then after the first art finishes, he'll do the I guess the linked art. Yeah, and that always costs HP. So it's still an HP management system like Velvet here.
Chest must be in the next room. Herb.
Yeah, there it is.
Just smash that on the ground. Oh, wait, no, Exorcist can come in later.
There you go.
So I'd been playing it previous weeks, but I beat it, and I learned more about it. I played and beat Witch Spring R.
Witch Spring.
Yes.
Oh, I've heard of that.
So
Okay.
it's a PC remake of a mobile game series,
Okay.
from like 2015.
Something
I
like
guess.
that.
And in the mobile game, the gimmick is you have 100 days to like train, do stuff, and then you got to beat the game.
Yeah.
And apparently there's 9 endings in the first game.
Oh wow.
So for this, they removed the time limit.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's just a conventional game,
It's a
really.
conventional video game.
And I think as a consequence of that, they also removed the other endings.
Oh.
Because I imagine a lot of the other endings were dependent on how far in the story you got.
Before the time limit?
Yeah, before the time limit.
Oh, okay. So basically you just keep I guess the equivalent of the true ending.
Yes, that's my assumption.
Okay. I guess that's fine.
The end for you. What an easy victory. I am
Still be nice if they after you beat the game, they let you have a cutscene viewer and you can view the other.
Yes, I definitely don't deny that, but I think for the purpose of, I didn't know, I hadn't heard of the mobile game series, and this was something I looked up afterward. Maybe they were banking on more, we don't have name recognition, and so let's just make it as comprehensible as possible.
Also fair.
I don't really know if that's
I mean,
way they went, but-
the ending they kept is the true ending, so I think that's as far as this sort of situation can go. That's about as good as they could make it if they're planning on moving forward with this as a series, right?
Yeah, which my understanding is that this is the first game, so they could remake the sequels the game had.
Mm-hmm.
Which that makes sense. That's a perfectly logical direction to go.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about that once we're done. I'll point
A barrier.
with my nub
She's a
hand.
Therian.
Third time's the charm, eh, kid?
Yeah.
You're Medusa?
I am. And who might you be?
We're like you. We carry grudges against the Abbey. And Shepherd Artorias.
It's gonna be okay. We came to get you out of here, Medusa.
She doesn't want to leave.
There's no escape.
Oh, wait, what?
What? Please, don't give up. I can...
No, you don't understand. There's no escape for you. If you dare sully
There it
Shepherd
is.
Artorias' ideals and the light the Abbey shines upon the world, I will kill you all!
Why are you doing this?
She's the Abbey's lackey now.
Way to jinx it, Ropero.
That all you got? That
Gotta watch out for those low-level snakes.
Yeah, they could get you.
Just keep coming.
That snake woman keeps summoning them. If we don't go after her directly, there'll be no end to it.
Your left hand. Don't tell me you're the calamity.
Why are you doing this, Medusa? Why fight for the Abbey after they forced you to become a Therian?
They didn't. I became one of my own free will.
But your daughter, slain at an exorcist's hands. You must hate the Abbey for that, don't you?
Oh, I feel hate. Toward a world where demons spawn from the people's malevolence.
You know about malevolence?
The exorcist told me the truth. Diana turned into a demon because of the malevolence she radiated. I knew what I had to do. Become a Therian, and devour malevolence so that such a tragedy would never repeat itself. It matters not what dreadful form my body may take. I will revive Enominat and change this wretched world!
Snakes. Snakes is what those are.
If that's how it is, fine. We'll take you by force.
Well, they're statues, which works with the Gorgon angle.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to end this.
Your death will not be in vain!
This woman, she's just a grieving mother. It doesn't matter. Crush them all! Kevin's back!
No mercy! You thought I'd stop there? Annihilating?
Annihilating crab. and Annihilating Crab.
Thank you. Just worried for a second.
Enough waiting! I plan to turn around! No mercy! Wounds that won't heal!
Watch out!
Oh no, snakes!
Some snakes. Oh, that's good.
You
over.
usually end a battle when the boss is over, even if there's ads on the field.
Lord of Calamity.
Lord of Calamity.
That's the name of the demon lord who will bring about the Age of Chaos. The unrepentant embodiment of malevolence, whose blind pursuit of self-gratification will rain destruction upon the world. The irredeemable, uncontrollable personification of human sins. An evil like you.
Demon, Therian, Lord of Calamity. Call me whatever you like. But if I'm the supposed Lord of Demons, then you're just a minion to be used as I please. Nothing more.
No, I refuse. What happened to my Diana was my fault. That's why I will fight you until my dying breath!
Stop!
Don't get in my way!
No! Enough mothers have died. I won't let you join them! Eleanor and Kamawana, they both lost their mothers too. It's a terrible thing.
Kamawana?
A little girl that the Abbey forcefully made into a Therian. Her mother tried to save her, but she failed. All she could do was to offer her own life to fill her child's empty stomach. Kamawana's been crying ever since. She misses her mother. If you die here, I can only imagine how sad that would make your Diana.
Diana!
You don't need me anymore, Mom. I get it. You love this new dad more than your own daughter!
No! Honey, I did it for you. But you really thought I stopped loving you. And the malevolence made you into a demon. It's all my fault. I'm so sorry. Forgive me, Diana.
Medusa.
She'll be all right. She's just unconscious.
Wow, you worded her unconscious.
Let's grab her
job,
and haul
kid.
her back.
I'll place her under a binding art, just in case.
Gotta hand it to the Abbey. Very resourceful, taking advantage of Medusa's regrets like that. Making her into a Therian who would do their bidding.
It's just so cruel.
Who cares? Reason above all, no?
It's true. The way I feel goes against all reason. There's no telling what'll happen to Heliphys once we take Medusa out of here. And yet I'm doing exactly that, all on account of my own hang-ups. Even crushing Medusa's honest resolve.
According to reason, malevolence is the fault of the individual. You assume no responsibility or guilt for what happens to them.
I refuse to turn a blind eye to the consequences of my actions. I chose this path to seek the truth, not to deny it. If I'm to betray reason, then that is the very least I should do.
You're too much, you know that? You and Medusa both. Quit overthinking things. Just blame all the suffering on the Lord of Calamity. Makes life easier.
Velvet,
I'm not trying to cheer you up. I'm just saying it doesn't bother me. Whatever's coming, I can handle it.
Oh no, I didn't press buttons.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Reconnect. Huh. Huh.
Is it?
Give me.
It's detecting input from you. Here, let's try.
Maybe it's on my end.
That's weird that it would be detecting input from you, but not doing anything. Ah, there we
It
go.
goes. Level 3, random skills.
Oh, all right.
So yeah, Witchspring. It's a pretty basic turn-based combat game
Okay.
that is ultimately very easy.
Okay.
I still found it enjoyable.
Yeah, sure. If the story's enjoyable, right?
And I, as much as the gameplay is easy, I still enjoyed it. And there were times where it was like, oh, it's difficult. And you need to like properly strategize this fight.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and I totally get that having just played through Mario RPG.
Scout.
So, you know.
But your witch.
Uh-huh.
You're your only party member.
Oh. Single character RPG. Those are rare.
You have a like companion that you get very early on that lets you every other turn use an item without using your turn.
Okay.
Which is a clever way to integrate a companion in a single player sort of thing. And one of the gimmicks is you have mind control magic, and there are certain enemies that you can mind control to make into permanent pets.
Oh, okay.
And you can have one following you wherever you want, like in the field. Some of them you can like ride, and pets that you can ride will get you to areas that you could like only access with them. So like, if you want to go in the ocean, you need to get the aquatic pet. If you want to go across a swamp, you need any pet that you can ride. If you want to do like these certain things where the floor falls away, you need to get a pet that's fast enough where it can cross the floor.
This is giving me heavy Monster Sanctuary vibes.
Sure.
Aside from the combat.
There's
It appears
20
that we're
pets?
finished here.
about 5 of them you'll get through the story. Including a pet that's just like a person. Who you don't mind control, but like is basically you inscribe a teleportation circle into their armor so you can summon them against their will wherever you want. But like outside of battle, you can have one following you.
Okay.
And then once you're in battle, you can summon additional pets up to a cap.
Come on, really?
Okay.
And the cap increases as you level up, right?
Right.
So it's always a max of 4 monsters, but depending on how good the monsters are, you might not be able to summon the 4 you want.
Okay,
Right.
so you have like summon points, and that just means you can summon better one.
Yeah, if you want to summon 4 1-star monsters, you can, but if you want to summon 4 3-star monsters, you need to be like max at the end of the game in order to have enough summon points. It took me until about halfway through the game to realize I could summon multiple pets in a battle.
Is training hard?
I thought at first that it was just like you have one, and it hangs out and does its thing. And the different pets have different abilities, right? So the first one you get is a little boar that every time it gets it's faster than you, so it gets more turns. And it'll just do a pretty big physical attack against an enemy, and then every 4th attack it does an attack that stuns.
Okay.
And every monster has that sort of basic formation where they have an attack they'll do every time, and then they'll have a super attack that like is every
This fight is
fourth
over.
or every third attack, including one of the monsters which every fourth is just gives you another turn,
Oh, cool.
making it a very good companion, even though its stats are otherwise subpar. But it was a lot of fun, you know.
Okay.
Fighting big old dragons. You start off with fire magic, and you get access to lightning magic, and then towards the very end of the game, you get access to ice magic, and that's because ice magic is the best magic in the game.
Well,
There's no reason for you to use anything after you get ice magic. But the way the spells work is it's like enemies will be spread along the battlefield, and your different spells have different AoE effects, basically.
Okay.
And like, so fire early on will just be a puddle around an enemy.
Okay.
But lightning will be a pinpoint on an enemy, and then it'll fire like 3 lines. So depending on the formation, you might be able to hit a lot of enemies, or you might only be able to hit one.
Okay, yeah.
And then the different ranks of the spells have different like footprints, basically.
Okay.
So there's an element of strategy to like, are you going to use a weaker spell because it's going to hit more enemies?
Yes.
That sort of thing. It's a fun magic system. Lightning generally hits less people, costs twice the mana, and does a lot more damage than fire. But ice is actually the weakest numerically, but what it does is it gives enemies freezer burn, which reduces their agility by like 60%.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you can
Do
go
like
from
all
like,
the
okay,
turns?
the enemy, yeah, for like multiple turns. You can go from the enemy is going to go right after me to I get 3 turns before the enemy gets to go next. Depending on like,
Yep. Gotta love speed-based turn order.
yeah. So that's why ice becomes the best. No matter if it is less damage.
Yeah.
It affords you more damage in the long run. But it's a good little game. I would recommend it. It's I think it's a budget title. I think it's either $15 or $20.
Okay.
It came out
right now.
Yeah,
Because
I don't think right now.
this is a game I've looked at before. So,
what about this one?
since you're now recommending it, I might just grab it. Logged out of Steam on my tablet. Oh no. Why is there no sign-in scan option?
Well, Winter's High is new. I don't know where I got this.
Oh, cool. Might have been from the boss. We didn't really check the
It's possible. It did end up mashing through those items accidentally.
yeah.
Like I said, it's a very easy game. To the point where, like, I grinded to beat the super boss. I did have to grind to beat the super boss. And then I accidentally 2-shot the final boss. I was like, oh. It doesn't help that I found like a combination of pets that was really, really effective. I found a pet that basically is like, it does ice damage, and also it makes enemies weak to ice damage.
Yeah.
Though I found that pet before I had access to ice magic myself.
Ah, So it's
Why?
like, I see what you're doing here, game.
Yeah. Hello? Sirs?
No, it's fine.